This conference will now be recorded.
We have 2 YouTube channels because I forgot the username and password to the first one. So if you Google, or no, sorry, if you go to YouTube and you search Weichert Realtors, ABG Properties, 2 separate ones will show up. They both have good training on them. You can go through both. All right.
There's a guy, I think, down in North Carolina. There are like a lot of his stuff. His name's Anthony.
Is he a Weichert person?
Mm-hmm. He goes through all of it.
He has a YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm. He's one of the first searches for like Weichert training. I met him in October
in Vegas.
I recognize him from trainings, but
I'll have to look. I'll look for him later and I'll share that on the help group. All right. When you log into KV Core, it looks like this. This is your dashboard. If you forget your username and password to KV Core, it happens. You can go to weichert1.com and you can go to Contact Service Desk and you can call this number right here. You can save it to your phone. It's 973-290-5722. Call them, tell them who you are and that you need your login information. They'll ask for the last 4 digits of your social and they'll probably just reset your password to password for you. Then you can go in and change it. But if you ever get stuck, that's the phone number. If you forget how to get here, just call me and I'll walk you through it. Once you get into KV Core, this is your dashboard. So really what I would worry about more than anything up here, I mean, this is all important too, but checking your dashboard is kind of fun. And the more you use your website and share things like squeeze pages and home valuations, the busier this dashboard will get. So these are all leads. The little orange flame right there means that this particular lead has been looking at a lot of listings. So if you see that on there, that means they've been really active on your website. If you want to look at one of these leads activity, you can click on their name and it's going to pull up their whole profile. So up here, like this particular person, not sure how they came in. Let's see, this is Alexa's lead. But she's got her phone number and her email address. So that's very helpful. Let's see how she came in. So this lead first signed up in October of 2020. So Alexa's had this lead for 2 years and the lead was still looking at houses 2 hours ago. So she first, let's see, she was generated by a Property Boost, which means Alexa ran an ad and this lead came in from that on Facebook. So if you start scrolling, you can see all the activity from this lead from the very beginning. And you can see when she started, like it looks like for a while she wasn't opening emails because these little envelopes on the right here, that shows whether they've opened the emails or not. So when you start seeing these emails, these envelopes turning blue, that's how you know that they're opening their emails. So it looks like around December, she started opening every single one. And it could be that Alexa maybe called her and said, do I have you set up on the right search? Can I change it for you? And so you can see after that, every email, these are automated emails that the system sent out on her behalf. So it was based on whatever she was looking at on Alexa's website. So you can see every listing that gets sent out. Once a property goes pending or goes off the market, the photos go away. So when this was sent out, the photo of the property was there. It's just not there anymore. But it's all branded to Alexa. And it's also got this free market report there. So those are all automated. Now, if Alexa talked to this person and what's her name? Tracy. And Tracy told Alexa that these automated emails she was getting weren't quite what she was looking for, Alexa could go in and change the property alert. So this is very similar to an MLS subscription that you all set up for your contacts. You can go over to alerts. There are two different ones you can set up. So if you have somebody who's looking for something to live in, but they're also looking for an investment property, you can set up two different searches. And you can go into this first one, and if Tracy told Alexa that she was looking for a different price range, certain number of square feet, whatever, you can change all of that. You can also change the email frequency. So if you're not comfortable with the system automatically emailing these people every single day, you can come in and change it to just like the MLS. They can get these listings as soon as they come on the market, or you can change it to monthly if you just barely want to touch on them but not lose them completely. That's all totally up to you. Just make sure that anytime you make changes in here, you update the alert. So since we're kind of talking about contacts already, we'll start with your CRM. So I always call this the online address book. This is where all of your contacts are stored, no matter where they've come from. So when you first get your KV Core profile, you upload your sphere of influence, which is all of the contacts that you already have. Hopefully you have their address, phone number, and email address. Just fill all those in as completely as you can. So all those will be in here. And then any new leads that you get should also be entered in here if they're not in there manually. So we did, no, you'd have to do it manually. They're not connected that way. So when I listed the condo in Stonehenge, I did a property boost on it. So I did it through KV Core, and it ran the ad on Facebook and probably Google, and I'll show you how to do that later. Got a good amount of leads from it. So you can see over here on the right where it says source right here, you can tell where every lead has come from. So if their phone, like sometimes there's spam phone calls that come in and they get captured as a lead for whatever reason. These I added manually, and then these are from that ad that I ran. So I can see all the ones that came in from that ad, and if I click on one, it takes me right back to that screen where I was a minute ago. So when you click on a contact, this is what it looks like. And all of these people that came in from that ad, since it was an ad for a condo in St. Matthews, they're all going to be set up on an automated search for similar things to that condo. So you can see this property alert. I didn't set it up. It just set itself up automatically. And then what happens is the more someone looks at listings from there, once they're in your CRM, this alert can change on its own and alter itself based on whatever this lead is looking at. So it doesn't look like this particular one has looked at any of the emails, but if I was a really good realtor, I would call her or email her because I got both. I got her phone number and her email address from that ad. I just haven't done that. When a lead comes in this way, when it comes in from you doing a property boost, it'll automatically assign some hashtags. The hashtags are how you group these contacts so that you can contact them in groups later. So if I wanted to reach out to everyone that I picked up from the Stonehenge ad later on, I could go to send a mass email and I could just type in PB 200 Stonehenge Drive and they would all come up and I could contact them all at once. So you created, okay. That's not gonna work. Okay. Yeah, so you can see what I've been sending her. They've all been condos. That one must still be for sale. And you can see she hasn't opened them. All right, so the other cool thing about this CRM, and what I tell people to do, is always keep a separate Excel spreadsheet, like your sphere of influence, and keep that updated separately, just so that you always have it, you know, in case one day we switch away from KV Core, or you switch companies, or you need to just do something else with that list. You should always have an Excel spreadsheet of your contacts, but keep this updated too. So if you go to add a contact manually, I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say I just met somebody at a party and they were like, yeah, you know, I'd like to be included in some of your marketing, and you know, I'm sort of looking for an investment property or whatever. All right, so I give myself permission to contact them. If I have their address, I add that as well. I'm gonna make them a buyer and seller. And as their status, I'm gonna do sphere. And I'm gonna make myself the lead owner, which I have admin access, so I could assign anybody a lead. But for now, you all will just have yourself to choose. And then for hashtags, I'll go ahead and add, maybe we met at like a neighborhood party, so I'll add them to my St. Matthews group, hashtag St. Matthews.
Jesse, do you have the ability to help us remotely? Like, you have the admin access, so can you help remotely see where we are with all this?
No, I can't like watch what you're doing.
So, I mean, but if we have a conflict, not just we give you a code, you'd go in and look, right? But you said you had admin access. I'm just wondering if you could help that way. Like, you know, when we call the board and they take over the computer and give us remote help, does KV4 have that too?
I don't really understand what you're asking.
Okay, we'll pick up on it later.
I can't go in and I can change. I don't know what you would even need me to change for you, really. I mean, I don't think she can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. What?
Are you asking if Jesse can go in and alter yours?
I don't think she can hear you.
Yeah, it's okay. Carry on, Jesse. That's okay. We'll pick it up later.
Okay. All right, so I've added this contact manually. Now over here, I can set up their property alert. I can set up a campaign, which we'll talk about later. What I really like are the market reports and the listing valuations. So if I wanted to add a market report for this person, and I knew they wanted to just know what was going on in 40207, I could type that in and I could have it send a report every 28 days. I mean, you can do it every week. That's a little aggressive, I think. So for now, I would add every 28 days. And then for a listing valuation, this is if you have their address, right? So that's where you would type their address in. And update and send. Which, sorry if there's really a johnsmith@gmail.com, he just got that. Other things you can do, this is kind of helpful if you just met someone and they told you a bunch of information about themselves and you're not good at remembering things off the top of your head and you need to record it all. If you go to profile details, it gets pretty specific in here. So you can look at everything. You can look at how they got into your system. Add, if a spouse has a cell phone, you can add all that. You can add when, I really like this. If you have past clients in here, you can add when they last closed on their home. You can get a reminder, or it'll do it automatically, to send them a happy home anniversary email and text message by just toggling that on once you put that date in. You can put all of their social media links in here. And then what I really like is you can, like I said, if this is someone that you kind of just met and you need to remember this stuff about them, you can put their occupation, their company, their birthday. You can have it toggle on to send them a birthday email and text message automatically. And really helpful, their spouse name and their spouse's email and all of that. So that can come in really handy if you're not good at remembering that kind of stuff. All right. Whoops. That's really the most important things I think about the Smart CRM. Do you all have any questions about any of that right now? I just think it's important for people to understand hashtags because you'd want to utilize those a lot, I think. So just know that when you have a contact, try to include them in as many groups as you can think of that you want to market to. So if you want to just put them in a group that's like friends, you could do that. If you want to do like your church group and send out emails, holiday emails to all of them at once, or PTA or book club or whatever, group them in as many ways as you can, would be my advice. Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up. So if you get a contact and you see something in the timeline that says this contact is unsubscribed, that means that on their end, they unsubscribed from your emails, which every marketing piece that you send out, that the system sends out for you automatically, will always have an unsubscribe button at the bottom. And I love that because it drives me crazy when these local people send out emails and don't give you the option to unsubscribe. So they'll always have that option. The other thing is you might get, typically it's an older person that doesn't know how to unsubscribe and they're frustrated from getting emails. And so they might like send you a message and say, I don't want to get your emails. You can go to a contact, you can go to more actions, and you can unsubscribe them from your stuff. You can also delete a contact, which I guess I should do. Okay. We'll talk about playbooks real quickly. I always like to include this. So for those of you who get a lot of listings, this is really helpful. I love this promote a listing playbook. Hunter, did you do it the other day?
I did, all the way up until the actual booth. For some reason, since it's showing 0 bedrooms and bathrooms, so I don't know how to get rid of that.
Okay.
Because that's not a portion in my list.
Yeah, so I might just run a regular Facebook ad for that one then, and just not do it through KV Core. But yeah, I saw your email. That was really good.
Because it went to 31 agents in the office.
Okay, so everyone in Hurstbourne probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can when you click the, where did I start from? So if you go to Playbooks, the first one is promote a listing. So when you open that, if you have active listings currently, they will show up right here, which Mom has made me co-agent on Tamerlane, but I guess it doesn't show if you're co-agent. Okay, so I'm going to choose the listing, and you can do this obviously with listings that aren't yours. If, I guess that's not obvious, if you just search under company listings or any of these offices, and then choose the one you want, start promoting. Okay, so it's going to run you through 7 plays. And it's really just prompting you to do all these different tasks that you wouldn't otherwise think to do. So the first one is notify agents. And if any of you got an email from Hunter the other day about his duplex, that's what this was. So it'll automatically just send out to everyone in your office that you got a new listing. Okay. The second play is that it'll contact matching buyers. So if you have any leads or contacts already in your CRM that the system thinks might be interested in this property that you've chosen, it'll automatically find them and it'll send them a text or an email telling them about this listing. So I have one. If you don't want to do any of these, you can just click skip play.
I just got your listing.
Yeah, so let me show, whoops. Let me show you what, for those of you who may not have gotten it, that is not it. There. So I just sent out this email to everyone in the Leesgate office. A great new listing just hit the market. Help me find potential buyers. And then here it is. You guys, did you notice I didn't have to do anything? Like I didn't customize this email at all. I just hit send. And from there, you can click view listing and it'll take you to my squeeze page with all the MLS information and more right there. Oh, there's a guy in the picture. Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello. That's not my picture, that's Google. And then similar properties, so it'll pull up if there are other company listings that might be comparable, like there's Garden Drive right there. And there you have it.
So where's the location on that again, where they tap on that and they want to get connected to you?
What now?
So they pulled this up and they want to get connected to you. Where's that location?
My information's right here on the right.
So is there something on there if they click on something that takes them straight to you as well?
What do you mean straight to me? This is my website.
Like in an email form, like where would you be receiving their request or something?
Contact me now. There's my cell phone number right there.
Click on contact me now. That's what I'm asking. Yeah, there. Now where does that take them?
Right here.
And so go on and put your information in there and then show us what it looks like when you receive it.
Okay, and then just so you guys know, to finish this thought, when I send this to all of you in the office and you receive it and you see this button down here that says find matching buyers, what that does is log you into your KV Core profile with your smart CRM, and it matches if you have any contacts that might be interested in this. So you can send it straight to them too. Okay. Okay, so I just got this email that I received a question through KV Core. It was John Smith. And so it tells me their email and phone number, and it tells me what they were looking at.
Gotcha.
Okay, which you'll see that in 2 places because it should also, well, maybe it hasn't registered in my CRM yet. We'll check back in a minute.
Yeah, I was just saying, if someone did pick up the phone and call you, what other option? And you just did that. Perfect. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So the next play is your custom text code. You guys have probably seen this in other types of marketing materials. You can put this on flyers, you can put it on postcards, on digital ads, and if you tell them to text 5209 TAMERL, which is the beginning of the address, they can get more information about the property. So if you want to try this right now, you can see what it looks like on your phone if you want to text that code to that phone number. It'll just pull up a squeeze page branded to me. Okay, and then Property Boost is what I've been mentioning. I've had really good results with Property Boost. Hunter just said, and I think I've run into the problem before, if you're trying to do a duplex or multifamily, it's not going to work because it's going to pull up that it has 0 beds and baths because it just doesn't register that information from the MLS properly. So for multi and duplex, I recommend just going straight through Facebook using your business page and doing an ad that way. The only problem is you won't get leads straight to your CRM from a Facebook ad. It gives you exposure, but it doesn't actually give you leads, or at least they won't be as good as through this Property Boost. I think the minimum amount to spend on here is $40. You don't have to do any work. This ad is done for you. So all you do is put in your credit card information and click send, click start. It'll show you the desktop version as well. And then this is really nice. It gives you all your links for you. So if you don't want to go through the process of creating your squeeze page or anything or a landing page, here they are. So you can just copy these. There's your squeeze page. And here's your landing page. Okay. If you have a seller that likes analytics, that wants to know what's going on with your activity on this listing, you can type in their email address and they will get an updated report, I think probably weekly, that lets them know what's going on with their property. And then you can activate smart campaigns. So with all of this stuff that you've just done, any new leads that come from it, you can set them up on a smart campaign, which just means they'll get a set of subsequent emails and text messages, just asking them how their search is going and stuff like that. All right. So that is your playbook. Once you've done all these steps, you can go into ones you've done in the past and look at the results from it. Playbook results. So you can see all your leads that came in. I'm not sure why that's spinning. And you can also go back to your quick sheet and just grab all your links there as well. Every time you do one, they save. So if you want to go back and do something again, it'll all be right there. That's all the ones I've done in the past. Okay, I want to skip down and talk about your all's websites for a little bit, because I've mentioned that the new website versions I think are much better, and I don't think a lot of people have switched over to them. It's pretty simple. You do have a little bit more autonomy with what your website looks like now. So if you go to Web and IDX over here on the left, and then you go to Edit Settings, the template it defaults to is Material, and that's the old version. So I'm going to pick on you, Jim. Sorry. All right, this is the old version, which is, it's still great. I mean, it still has everything you could need on a website. If you have active listings, they'll be right here. If you have a bio, it will be here. A nice affordability calculator there. And all the tabs up here that are helpful. But the upgraded version looks like this. Now, this my top part is a little busy, I think, which I need to fix. But this part I think is really cool. Your search starts here. What's my home worth? Instant listing alerts, all that good stuff. And then if they want to look at just multifamily or just condos, they can really quickly just click on this and look at a list. All of these, anything you click on from your main website is just an extension of your website. So if you go to this multifamily page and you copy the link, okay, then delete this and say, view all the available multifamily properties in the greater Louisville area now. This post basically just became a squeeze page. It's a great way to get leads because a lot of people are always looking for multifamily, so they can click on this and it takes them right to that list. And once they start clicking through a few of these, and this is cool, they can create an account and they can save the properties they're interested in. They can look at similar, or they can view details of one they're interested in. Okay.
Which widgets did you choose for the website?
You'll have to give me a second. I can't remember.
Here it looks way better.
Okay. So once they've chosen a particular, okay, so I just got a text that says, "Hi Jesse, thanks for visiting our site. Are you focused on any specific areas or property types? If you'd rather not communicate by text, reply with stop." So that's how good our system is at following up with these people. So once they click on a particular property, they have all these options. They can look through the photos, they can chat, that'll send you a message, ask agent a question, request showing, property email alerts, or they can share it straight to their Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest. There's a home valuation tab right there they can go to. There's just all sorts of stuff they can do. So that we did all of that just from an extension of your website. So I just want to show you one more time real quickly. I went down here and just chose multifamily. And once I got to it, I clicked copy and paste and pasted this onto my Facebook. You could do the same thing with condos. You could do the same thing with land. Okay. Under that, I have the company listings just in a little rotation here. And then I have just listed, which is MLS wide, not just the company. This is a nice one, recently reduced, so they can look at all of the properties in the MLS that have had price reductions. And then my bio, my blog posts are down here. So back up here, they can start basically their own little MLS search right at the top of my website, or they could click this. Okay, so designing your website to look like this, let's see what I have here. So I have it on the, oh my gosh. Template is hero, and then let's see, select a widget bundle. So you have 4 different options. Here are the examples. So it looks like I have modern side by side. But these are your different options, and you're not going to mess anything up by playing with these and seeing what it looks like in the different layouts. So if you want to try luxury, see what that looks like. Okay, so that just changed the top a little bit. Oh, and it took away the, yeah, I don't like that one as much. This is the one. If you want to customize it even further, you can. It just depends how much time you want to spend on this and how savvy you are technologically. You can choose, so all of these little different things on your website, these are called widgets. So if you want to pick and choose which ones you want on there, you can. So let's see, I guess I do need to, re-add this one, default property type widget, multi-houses, land, condos. A widget already exists. Yes. Make sure I got it back. Okay, there we go. So really you can't, you can't screw this up because anything that you delete, you can easily get back. And if you get lost in here, you get confused, you just call me. All right, so let's go back to website manager. All of this, like your contact info and stuff, that needs to be added up here. And this is typically something you do when you first log into KV Core, but if any of this information changes or you need to update your bio or something, go up here to the top and go to my profile and make sure that that's filled out as completely as possible. And don't forget to click save when you're done. All right, other things with your website that you can do. You can choose multiple background photos so that any random time someone goes to your website, it might show any of these. So if you like more than one, you can choose multiple. If you just want one, just check one. Or now with the new template, with this hero template, you can upload your own. So if you want it to be something that you made on Canva, custom to you, you can add that as well. And what that is this photo right here. So, it is important because it's at the very top of your Facebook, or of your website. So make sure that that's something that you like there. Something else that you might want to customize, totally up to you. Forced lead registration just means how many times someone looks at something before it asks for them to sign up as a lead. So if you don't want your website to be sticky, you don't want to collect leads, you can make it 10. If you don't want it to ever collect leads, you can change that. I like to leave it at 2. And then the other thing you can change is the tagline, which is it gone? Maybe it's gone on the new template. Okay, so if you're updating, don't worry about a tagline, I guess. Do you all see it? I don't see it. Helping you find your Kentucky home? I don't think it's on here. Okay, so don't worry about that. That should be it. If you haven't changed your service areas, you might want to do that. So if you go to site content and you go to service areas and SEO, you can go in and delete things like, I don't know, the ones that are far away, Pikeville, we don't work there. So I would go in and delete those and add as many like neighborhoods, zip codes, and towns as you can. You can do it by county too. And then if you have some testimonials, I would add them here as well, because they show up on your website too. Okay. What else? I talk about the emails every time we do this, just because I think they're so important, and I don't think we utilize them enough here. You can go to, I went to marketing, scheduled mass emails, get started. Here's the list of all the ones I've sent in the past. So I use this to send emails to you all the time. I always go to the advanced editor. I just like it better. So I'm going to choose my group here by hashtag. Okay. And then I want this to go out on October 31st at 9 a.m. My subject will be Happy Halloween. And then a couple different options here. I could choose from the ones that are already done. The nice thing about this is now I have something to go from, but I don't have to keep it exactly like it is. So I like using the templates that are already made and then customizing them from there. So even the subject, it automatically populated what Halloween means for your property. You can change that to whatever you want. And then I would change, you can come in here and change the font. And dynamic content is a helpful one. So you just drag something wherever you want it to be in the email. And then I'm going to change it to the office logo. I want to include my signature at the bottom. And then always want to send a test before I send it to everybody else. Make sure it looks right. Okay. Just another way to get them to my website. So that's just a really quick way to make a touch. Other really good options for emails in here, the templates that are already done for you. The ones with pencils next to them are just verbiage. The ones with the boxes are ones that have photos and what we call dynamic content. So new listing. Oh, why didn't it? Okay. So this is sort of like what we did in the playbook, except it's a little bit fancier. All of this is already going to be filled in for you. All you have to do is, why didn't it ask for the MLS number? Hold on. There. Okay. You click the new listing button, and then all you need is an MLS ID. Remember, you can do this with any company listing. It doesn't have to be yours. So, you know, I spend a lot of time for social media purposes. I always go to this company listing tab, and I sort by listing date so that I always know the most recent company listings, which would be Hunters. Oh, she got that one under contract. That's good. 1622784, although this might not be a great example since it's kind of funny with a duplex. We'll do Tamerlane. 1622707. All right, so I've got the MLS ID. Got the MLS ID in there. Again, I'm going to include my signature. I'm not going to do anything else to it. And now I'll send a test. All right, and while that's sending, another one is the open house announcer. And it's the same thing. You're still going to have your MLS ID right here. And again, I'm going to click send test. So that first one just listed. Okay. So again, it just pulls everything from the MLS. So got some photos there, and then it's branded to me at the bottom. And if someone clicks view listing, it'll take them to the squeeze page. Okay. And then the open house one, pretty similar. For that one, you do have to put in the date, but everything else, again, done for you. So new listing and open house, those are the two big ones. If you want to start sending out a newsletter, more power to you. I think that would be great. There's a good template for that too. It's big, it's a lot of information. If you want to do something like this, but you don't want it to be this, like you don't want to do this much work, you can click on sections and delete them. So, you know, I don't want this to be nearly this long. I don't want to have to fill in all this stuff. I would just delete these bottom ones and then just work on this part and send it. Yeah, it's, yes, very similar to MailChimp. think those are the big ones. Weichert has created a lot of emails for us too. They're all just verbiage emails, but you know, they're helpful prompts. So if you need, like, if you just need some inspiration, if you need an idea for something to send out, just click on some of these and then start adding to them. Okay. I guess the other probably most important thing for you all to remember is that if you go to Weichert Tools down here at the bottom, it actually takes you out of KV Core to this page with all the boxes here. And these are all such important resources. So projects, that's where you can work on your listing presentations and your leave behinds. Even if you aren't going to do a listing presentation or leave a leave behind, the pages that are in these are really helpful and they're really good for marketing. So if you ever wanted to just like open the expired listing presentation and grab a few pages from it to post on your social media, I recommend doing that. I mean, I think that's very helpful. So you can use these, you know. An expired one, yeah, they're great. They have good prompts on them, and just saving this page and sharing it on Facebook is a good idea. So you can do that with the expired one. You can do it with the regular one, which is up here, and then your leave behind is here. Other things I don't know that we utilize enough. There are these business cards that are not for you, but they're for a property. So they're nice to leave at an open house. So here's front and back. You can print them one-sided if you want, but you don't put your picture, you put the picture of the property. And then you can customize all this. So if you wanted to just have a little bit of information about the house and then just your phone number or something, you could do that. They take 2 seconds to create, and same thing with the water bottle wraps. Jessica Steele used to do that for all her open houses and people loved it. I mean, it's done for you. I mean, you don't have to do anything. So you wrap it around the water bottle, you've got the house and you, and they take it with them. Okay, so that's all in projects. This whole row, the second row, is important. Personal marketing materials. If you ever want to order any of your own merch or anything, that's all in here. I guess they haven't added Markful. Yeah, they haven't added Markful, which is my favorite one now. And if you all just ever want to like take a look around on this website, you can just search Markful Weichert on Google and it'll be the first hit that comes up. And there's all this new stuff that's really nice. During the sales meeting the other day, I had Mom show you guys the note cards. The great thing about these, they're not expensive, and there's no minimum order, so you can literally order 1 or 5. So they have some cute Halloween ones. The holiday ones are good. This is the one we have in the office. I think this one's cute too. But they're personalized to you. So it's not just the card, it's the card with all of your information printed on the back, which I think is just really nice. So if you wanted to do your holiday card this way and order like 100 of them, I think it would be like $50. Just not bad. This is where I got, they still don't have the college teams. That's so weird. This is where I got the football schedules. So if you ever want to order any of these on your own. I ordered the quick sticks. There are a couple different, different styles you can order. Okay, so all that merch is there. It's just not been added to this list yet, but I wanted you to know it exists. Marketing resources, these are all different kinds of documents and things that you might want to get familiar with. Buying and selling chart, advantages of home ownership. We usually have these printed out in the offices, but it's good for you all to know where you can get them online too.
Where's the seller checklist?
Seller checklist. That might be something that mom made. So
It used to be here, but it had like things you can do to spruce your home before listing.
oh, is your home ready to be photographed? Is it that one?
Maybe.
Yeah, if it's that one, I made it and I can print off some copies. Showcasing your home, is it this one?
Yeah, that's the one I had to refer back to.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's a good one. Take with you on your listing presentation. I don't know.
I think it had like common things you can do that are really cheap to fix. Like get gutters cleaned out and little things.
I don't know. I'll have to ask mom. I don't know which one you're talking about, unless it's on here. So this is tools and resources, and this is more about coaching.
Jesse, hey, it's Jill. How did you go to Markful?
If you just go to Google and you type in Markful Weichert, it's the first one that pops up.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And then it'll prompt you to find your office, and we're like at the top, close to the top.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
And Jill, I asked them to email me when those notepads came back in stock, and I still haven't heard anything, but I also haven't checked. I'll double check. So
Thanks.
let's see. Good to be familiar with all this stuff too. The buyer needs assessment, the fillable version is really good. The PTA is here, so if you haven't sat through a PTA class, you need to. But just the actual Excel spreadsheet is always available right here, which this is my least favorite thing in the world because it's math, but it is helpful. Make sure you're using this one. There's also an old one, the legacy one. Don't use that one. Okay. Weichert University, you all know you can go there for all sorts of training stuff. And then, oh, maybe it's, no, that wouldn't be it. And then the webinars tab down at the bottom is all my Weichert stuff. So if you ever want to get really proficient at any of the different things you can do on there, it's all on here. And it's not me teaching, it's someone else. And I mean, they're long, they're, you know, an hour, but you can start and stop them as you want to. So here are some shorter ones, but those can be really helpful too. Okay, is there anything that I mean, I know that's not everything KV Core does, but those are the things that I think are most important, especially just getting comfortable with how to manage your CRM and actually using it to contact people and not just letting them sit there. That's what I think would be useful for you all. And I hope that we can get more people to send out mass emails. I just think it's a really useful tool that we're underutilizing. Any questions, comments, thoughts? Did you all pick out your October postcards yet? yours have been ordered. I don't know why they're taking a while, because we ordered Alexa's after yours and they already got here. I don't know what's going on.
What's she doing?
All right, folks, that's all I've got. If you get stuck anywhere, just call me. I can help talk you through it. And if I can't, I'll get on support and ask them to help us. All right.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you for coming. Have a good day. Go
Bye
play
now.
outside.